Welcome to the movies, pal. Tonight, we return to the long-running and fantastic ZATOICHI franchise with the 5th installment. I am, of course, your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos. My buddy Sumo is here with us as well. If you're new to the ZATOICHI franchise, fear not, you can jump right in, you won't be left out. Now, I've got plenty of Tostitos chips and clindamycin HCl antibiotic to go around for all of us as we enjoy tonight's film, which is...
ZATOICHI.
The 5th entry in the ZATOICHI franchise, 5 out of 25 to be exact if you're new to the party, is quite convoluted. As a matter of fact, it's a little too convoluted. There's a lot of stories going on, and I don't want to necessarily go into all the intricate elements because it's just going to confuse you without having seen the movie. The overall story of the film really is about two rival Yakuza gangs. One, of course, wants to hire ZATOICHI. The other gang wants to kill ZATOICHI so he doesn't fight for that gang. But the meat of the story is really a sort of bodyguard plot. In this early scene, we establish that ZATOICHI has been given a very important mission to protect a young woman named Omitsu. Satoichi does eventually find Omitsu, and apparently she's on the run because she angered her lord when he tried to sort of make an advance on her, and she's on her way back home to Edo. I'm not exactly sure why. I don't really understand. It wasn't very clear as to why she wants to go to Edo. I assume that's just where she lives, and she feels she's safer there, but she's still being targeted by the samurai of the lord that she sort of insulted by turning down his advances, and she's also being targeted by other people who know who she is and know that they can ransom her. So it's convoluted. It's honestly, it's a little much for this type of movie, so I'm going to skip a lot of that plot stuff. I'm going to spare you that. I'm just going to give you the bare bones. Basically, Satoichi is protecting this girl named Omitsu, and he has to keep protecting her because she keeps getting attacked, as in this scene. Eventually, those two rival Yakuza gangs get involved, and one of them kidnaps Omitsu and uses that leverage to get Zatoichi to fight for their side. This, of course, blasts us into the third act, where the war between the Yakuza gangs breaks out, and we get some pretty epic fight scenes in an environment that, to me, resembled kind of an old western town. Here's a look. Eventually, Zatoichi finds a way to corner all the dangling plot threads in one scene and have his typical showdown. I'm not going to show you anymore, and I'm not going to spoil the ending of the film, of course, because I would like you to watch it. This is a good film as far as I am concerned. Should you watch it? Absolutely. I give this movie 4 stars, believe it or not. Now, the plot may be a little convoluted, and it may be hard to sort of keep track of everyone and what everyone's part is. And then there's a segment where they involve some porters that get involved, and they want to kidnap Omitsu, but then they start working for one of the rival gangs, and honestly, it's a little much. It's a little sloppy, and maybe because I know these films are sort of rushed out. I mean, they made 25 films in only like an 11-year period. These scripts probably weren't refined or fleshed out as best as they could have been, and they were most likely rushed out, and it kind of tells. Most of the Zatoichi films have sloppy plots in terms of like one plot thread going one way, another plot thread going the other way, and then having some kind of weird, inorganic way that they all sort of tie up at the end that maybe doesn't feel earned, but whatever, you let it go because you're having fun watching the movie regardless. The real star of the show here is, of course, Shintaro Katsu as Zatoichi, so it doesn't necessarily matter what is going on because we just want to see Zatoichi be a badass, and he gets plenty of chances to be a badass. Of course, with the Satoichi fight, you do have to understand that he doesn't mess around. So when he fights, man, he's quick as lightning, and his fights are over usually within a couple of seconds. But those mere seconds are really badass and definitely worth watching. I like this film. Would I say it's the most memorable entry? No, unfortunately not. I mean, when you're talking about a 25-film franchise, there's going to be a couple films that just sort of fall by the wayside. And unfortunately, this is kind of that. It's a bodyguard storyline mixed with a Yakuza gang rivalry thing going on. Like I said, it's convoluted and a little paper thin at times because I honestly don't even know what Omitsu really did and what lies for her in Edo. That wasn't very clear to me as a viewer, but maybe I just have to rewatch it and pay attention to the dialogue a little closer. Well, that has been Zatoichi on the Road, the 5th installment in the super long 25 film Zatoichi franchise. I do plan to do all 25 films. I don't know how long it will take me. I was originally going to do them back to back, but I felt, you know what? Let's pace these out. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, and I feel I could do a Satoichi film here and there, and then focus on some really obscure horror and sci-fi movies at the same time. Well, my friend, it's time to close up the theater. I hope you enjoyed this look at Zatoichi on the Road, the 5th installment, and I hope this video has found you very happy, healthy, and well. Until we meet again, I've got to go polish my samurai sword. I got a little bit of red on it, if you know what I mean. And so I wish you a very pleasant good night, wherever you are.